Aloha from the 2019 Hawaii Tax Institute. We're delighted to have here as our guest Turney Barry, who is with the law firm of Wyatt, Tarrant & Combs out of Louisville, Kentucky. And he's the leader of the practice and personal planning service team and a member of the executive committee.
So Turney, I know you're presenting here at the Hawaii Tax Institute on basis or upstream tax planning. Certainly with the increase in the federal exemption amount, that's become a very hot topic since tax reform. Can you share with us what you're seeing in that area?
I think the whole notion of upstream planning and basis that you've asked about is the hot topic today. The peculiar thing is that everybody out there has this asset, and it's $11 million, $400,000 that they can give new basis. That's all you got. If you don't have $11 million, and there are people out there who don't have $11 million, then if we can get you $11 million and get it back, we get free basis. If you take a client and in passing, you've done a bunch of planning for them, et cetera, and you say, hey, how's mom doing? Mom's 90. She's got $500,000, whatever. She's doing fine. We pay most of her bills. If I can figure out a way to move $11 million to mom in a safe way, can't be diverted to the brothers or sisters, whatever, then I'm going to get new basis back for the client. The client's going to say, whatever, 25, 30% on that. This is a no-brainer. This is a found asset. And so you can talk about basis and talk about rearranging the assets.
To implement this strategy, are there certain key elements that need to be in place for it to be successful?
Generally what you do is you give somebody a power of appointment, a general power of appointment. Just a simple sort of example would be totally fictional, but my grandmother dies in 1981, and her only child is my mother. That means I'm an only child, so that means I'm the only grandchild. So let's suppose that trust has $1 million basis and a $3 million value. And let's suppose that mother has $2 million value. Well, in that example, do I want to get $3 million when mother dies with $1 million basis? Or would I rather include those assets in mother's estate? And we can amend the trust, then I can include those assets in mother's estate, and life is good. Now, what kind of power do I want to give mother? I want to give mother a power that she cannot exercise. That's the key. Because even though I'm an only child, she might leave the money to something else. I don't want her to do that. So typically we say we're going to give her a power to appoint to the creditors of her estate. That's a pretty narrow power. We're going to say she can only do it by will, can't do it during her lifetime. We'll have somebody in there who has to consent, and you want it to be somebody who's not going to consent. And then you just put a couple of technical things in there. For sure, I don't want mother to have to pay the estate tax. You put a formula in that says the maximum is $1,000 less than whatever the applicable exclusion amount is. And that's really it. So I think there are two cases where it doesn't work. Can't do it. One, if the family really hates one another. And the other one is driving. The most dangerous thing people do, elderly clients, if mom is driving, then you have an issue. And you have to say to mom, you have to say to the kids, are you super well insured? Are you 100% sure that mom's not going to run a school bus off the road? Because if she does, then I have a potential creditor issue.
If you wanted to just share one thing that everybody should be aware of to make sure they take advantage of this opportunity, what is that call to action?
That you've got to talk to your clients about all levels of the family. And how are the older folks doing? How are the younger folks doing? We've got to look up as well as down in a way that, as recently as half a dozen years ago, you just didn't come up.